Hey, just a couple words to all of you before we recognize these great troopers. And you guys relax, because this is about you. We just got another good update here, and although we've been in and out of here, we haven't sat down and actually huddled around a map and reviewed what you all have accomplished since we last did that. In fact, it's been several months. Those have been a tough number of months. Been some tough losses along the way. There have been bad days as well as good days, setbacks as well as successes. But the progress that you have been made here is extraordinary. The truth is, this is a historically significant operation, and I hope we're going to recognize the units as well as individuals. And we do need to make sure, so everybody here who's a leader, everybody wearing green tabs, I want to redouble our efforts to recognize those individuals who have demonstrated valor, have demonstrated initiative, courage, and have sacrificed so much in this operation. In taking away the Argand Dob from the enemy, you have achieved something of, again, historic significance. I've watched this obviously for years. All the way back to September 2005 when I was first in here, then as the commander of Central Command from the fall of 2008 up until this past July, when obviously came out here and took command. There were times when I wasn't sure we could do what you have done. And again, I know it has been very, very difficult and very challenging. But the accomplishments together with our Afghan partners, because they have been in several cases the absolute key to what's been accomplished. Those accomplishments are, again, enormous. What you've done in Malajat, the same thing in District 9 and the other locations throughout Kandahar City. The challenge, obviously, going forward is going to be to make even more progress during the course of the winter as the fighting season actually does come down, so that when the enemy comes back in the spring, he doesn't have the safe havens, he doesn't have the infrastructure, he doesn't have the IED factories, the stockpiles of homemade explosives are gone, and the population is turned against him, because they want the future that is held out by the partnership between coalition and Afghan forces, and that comes from supporting an increasingly, yes, slowly, but increasingly more effective Afghan government. And I have to say that among the most significant changes since I was here a couple of months ago has been the infusion of impressive new leadership into the ranks of the police and the Afghan National Army, and also, of course, the traditional partnership with the NDS. As security improves, all of a sudden everybody starts to do better. When the governmental workers don't fear so much for their lives, and don't get me wrong here, there's plenty of security challenges out there. We saw that the other day when the Dan governor survived an assassination attempt. But the fact is, those attempts are fewer and fewer and farther between. Operations by a mix of special operations, conventional, and Afghan forces have taken down many of the assassination cells. There's still some there. And again, this progress is just going to continue through the winter, because the surge of assets and enablers is still ongoing. You're going to see more blimps go up. There's going to be more raid towers. The next unit that comes in will have more SFATs. I mean, this is going to continue. And with all of this, our Afghan partners grow and grow and grow, not just in quantity, but in quality as well. It's hugely important that as we partner, that there's a culture of integrity and of service to the people that again takes hold among our Afghan partners and with us. We're working hard to ensure that we don't contribute to problems through our contracting practices. And you should know that President Karzai is 100% behind that effort, even when it extends into groups that are controlled or influenced by his tribal partners, members of his tribe, and in some cases even members of his extended family. So you should know that he is absolutely with us on this. He has made in the past week alone some very important decisions to relieve leaders of the Afghan forces who were not serving the people as they should have been, and it's been very heartening to see that. Now, today, again, we're going to recognize a number of heroes here who distinguished themselves by valor on the battlefield, in some cases being wounded in the course of that valor. I know that many out here could have been the ones standing in front of us, and many will be. And again, I want to re-emphasize the point about making sure that we do recognize those who are out there on point and who are out there demonstrating the kind of actions that we're recognizing here today. I know that we've inculcated the idea of being quiet professionals. The last thing anybody wants to do when they're done with an operation of several days or several weeks is go back and bang away at the computer and, tell people how, wonderful we are. Well, we got to break that mindset because we've got to recognize those out here. I don't want to be at the Raider Brigade reunion 30 years from now and have Montez, or some buddy of Montez saying, geez, why didn't we put him in for something? I'm glad we did, and we're going to recognize him here today. And, admirers of Pritchard, PFC Pritchard here, again, years from now, shouldn't be saying, boy, I wish we'd put her in for the such and such with V device, because we have the opportunity and the obligation to do that as leaders. So again, I appreciate, Jeff, the opportunity to recognize these people today. I know it's something you might have preferred to do yourself, but my God, it's a real privilege for me to do it. It's all for us. Attention order!
This is to certify that the President of the United States of America, authorized by Act of Congress, July 2nd, 1926, has awarded the Soldier's Medal to Private Marcus Montez for acts of heroism on 17 November 2010.
Okay, we don't have a medal, but we got something far, it's worth more on eBay too. This is the new COM-ISAF coin. It's signed. It's serial numbered right here. You can't see this, but I know the number I'm giving to you. It's all recorded, so if it is on eBay, we'll know where it came from. Here, you got to smile. Congratulations, Steve. Thanks. Go on.
This is to certify that the President of the United States of America has awarded the Purple Heart, established by General George Washington at Newburgh, New York, August 7, 1782, to the following soldiers for wounds received in action. Private First Class, Soraya Pritchard.
Smile over there now. Great. Thank you.
Captain Ethan Olberding. For exceptionally valorous conduct in the face of the enemy in support of Operation Enduring Freedom, the following soldiers are awarded the Army Commendation Medal with Valor Device. Captain Ethan Olberding. First Lieutenant Derek Boyd. Sergeant First Class Brian Healy. Specialist Vidamar Benitez. and Private First Class Zachary Petty.
Okay, round of applause for all these heroes. Okay, thanks everybody. Keep up the great work.